I'm Leo Walder for Kit Guru here at Nangang at Computex with Be Quiet, the German case and power supply company. We've got some revised cases to look at. As there are people working there, we're going to start here. Dark Base Pro 900 Rev 2, as the name suggests, it's a revision of the Dark Base 900. I'll take off the glass so we can actually have a quick look inside. And the funny thing is, it's kind of immediately familiar because to my mind it now looks very similar to the 700. If you look inside, you've got the blanks which go over the holes in which you can plug accessory drive bays. You've also got the power supply shroud, and you've got the standard styling cues. Be Quiet always uses the same three colours for there. So it's a 700. It's just bigger. It's the 900. It's the version where the motherboard tray can be inverted, or it can rise and fall. You can essentially gut the case and rebuild it upside down, and not quite back to front, but almost. So although that is revised, it looks hugely similar to the 700 and immediately familiar. If we go, let's go around these people. Mind the glass, Bryony. We have a rack of coolers. That there Dark Rock Pro TR4 is for Threadripper, hence the name. That here is the Dark Rock Pro 4. So it's the same cooler, and we are looking at, you can see the difference in the base plate, and obviously the mounts we changed. That's going to take a little while to come to market because they're still working on it. It's going to be later this year, but I'm getting the impression it's Q4. Now, interestingly, this cooler can handle up to 250 watts TDP, which sounds ludicrous for an air cooler, but the fact is that the Threadrippers that we've just heard talked about at the AMD press conference a couple of hours ago actually, which go up to 32 cores, will be up to 250 watts. So that cooler can handle the Threadripper that has not yet launched. There we go, we're ahead of the game. Put that back, move along. All the other coolers we're familiar with. Down the bottom here, these fans, they're all good. Shadow Wings, the Shadow Wings 2 is an update of Shadow Wings, as the name suggests. This, despite the fact that this fan here, Silent Wings 3, suggests the most silent fan, actually Shadow is the more silent fan. So Shadow Wings 2 is just about the quietest fan they make. Now these are 3D printed mock-ups, so there are no cables. We can see there, they're fake cables, so there will be cables trailing. It's not a clever plug into the body of the frame job. It's not like that. It's a regular traily fan thing, traily cable thing, my mistake. So pricing is closer to Pure Wings than it is to Silent Wings. Silent Wings continues probably to be, Silent Wings 3, my mistake, continues to be probably the best fan in the lineup as an all-rounder, but that is the quiet fella. Up here we have power cable accessories. These are your single cables, looks like they've got combs, but they haven't actually. So you don't have the licorice look, they're not sleeved. Nice upgrade for your power supply. They do not fit every Be Quiet power supply on the market. You want to go for the more recent modular power supplies. If you plug it into some of the very early power supplies, you might have problems. So check application, that's the watchword. But they're looking good, nice, and now that Be Quiet has gone for fully modular and not just semi-modular, it's going to be more desirable for some of the Be Quiet customers who wish to have a little bit of an upgrade in terms of cosmetics. And now we're into slight question mark territory. We've got two cases here. We've got the Silent Base 601 and the Silent Base 801. These are still works in progress. This is very close to production, very close to being ready, Q3 of this year. This is less ready, Q4. And in a way, they've done us a favor by pulling the panels off just now, because the panels on the 801 don't fit brilliantly, whereas that looked like a proper finished version. Pricing with a steel hang on, the panels are down here. With the steel main panel, that's 120. With the glass main panel, it's 130. and then with the 801, it's 140 and 150 respectively, so it steps up. I mean, they're talking euros, but euros, pounds these days, it's the same blooming thing. Now, where I said it's question mark territory, there's talk that they're going to have both the 600 and 601 and the 800 and the 801, rather than, as I would have thought the obvious thing to do is to finish the 601 when they run out of stock and switch to the 601, finish the 800, switch to the 801, but at the moment, question mark. Now, the sorts of changes they've made are things like that insulation in the side panel, which is a centimetre thick. It's absolutely enormous because be quiet. It's about noise deadening. I mean, that's serious going. Other than that, it's very much detailed changes. It's the PWM hub, for example, has been improved. It's that type of change. They're into the realms of, do you get the drive bay blanks to fit in these metal holes? In the event your grommets are covered by a large motherboard, you pop those out, you can cable manage, but if you're not using those blanks, you know, they could look a bit ugly. It's detailed changes. So the panels, primarily noise deadening material, PWM hubs, stuff like that. Despite the fact they look, to my eyes, to be point release upgrades, they are in fact new chassis from end to end, surprisingly enough. We've very carefully chosen this angle. Do you see that RGB RAM in that Silent Base 601 there? That RGB there. It's the only RGB you'll see here. Probably Be Quiet is the only company at Nangang, at Computex, that has not got RGB. They can't stand the stuff, they're not doing RGB. That RAM, that's the RGB at Be Quiet. And I'm just going to finish up here because there's a Dark Base 900 which has been modded, so it's become a Gold Base 900. Looks quite sleek. I'm Leo Warder for Kit Guru. This is Be Quiet at Computex. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you want more from Kit Guru, click to subscribe, hit the bell button, and you'll be alerted to new videos as they become available.